Hi everyone, my name is SaMoura Horsley and this is my video for Contemporary Diversity 201. So I'm going to start off by talking about my identity a little. So I identify as a Black female. I grew up here in Reno, Nevada. One of my parents is from Louisiana, the other one is from Ohio. And I grew up in a middle-class household. I know we didn't talk about economic status a lot in class, but I feel like it plays a big part in my identity. So next, I'm going to talk a little bit about my schooling experience and that in regards to race. So I went to two predominantly white schools. So the first one was elementary school, the next one was middle school, and then high school. I went to a school where it was majority Hispanic and Latino, and so that's where I did most of my growing and learning. So when I was in elementary school and middle school, I never got the sense that Black was bad. I just got the sense that my Black wasn't popping. Like, it wasn't something that was popular and people wanted to deal with. So I was a chubby kid, which meant I didn't run fast. I didn't know how to play basketball. I didn't know how to rap. I didn't know a lot of rappers. I didn't like fried food because my mom was on a health kick, so I didn't even eat fried food for a long time. And so I would have white students come up to me and they would be like, yeah, I'm Blacker than you because, like, I like fried chicken. And I was just really confused because I'm pretty sure there's a lot more that goes into Blackness than liking fried chicken. And so that became, it was just really confusing to me. I didn't understand it. And so then also on the other side, I would have my family and they come up to me and they would be like, you sound white. And I didn't know what to tell them because I was like, I can't change that. I'm sorry. So yeah. So that was my Black experience. And so during that time, I was just really confused as what it meant to be Black. And I kind of filled in a lot of those holes with history. So I'm a big lover of history. I'm like a super lover of Black history. I feel like it helps sometimes because not all the time in my life have I had positive image of what Black people are in my community, but also in the media. And so looking to history just gave me, just a lot of hope and a lot of pride. And there was just so much, Black excellence happening. And so throughout my high school career, I would always make sure that every time Black History Month came, there was Black History facts of the intercom because I was like, you all are going to learn about history today. And so yeah, that was my experience when it comes to race. So I'm going to transition more into the class. So I really enjoyed the class. The thing I loved the most was the discussions. So I would leave class and have to reconsider my entire life and what I was doing. Because a lot of the things I had never thought about before, or they challenged my beliefs. And so I'm going to talk about 3 concepts that I learned about that made the largest impact in my life. So the first one was Black identity development. So before I started this class, I was at a point where, I was talking to Black people, and sometimes we just have this very big disconnect. And I would be talking about Black things. I'm like, why don't you understand this? Like, you need to be on the same level I am. And so, I was trying to seek out people with like-minded minds. And so when I learned about Black identity development, I learned that Blackness has different stages, and certain Black people can be in different stages. And so some of the reasons why I was having this big disconnect, and I'm like, why aren't you woke? Like, why don't you understand this? Is because some people are in different stages of their development. And then the next thing I learned that was really amazing was about the critical race theory. So prior to this class, I mostly thought that racism was more on an individual level. And so I learned through critical race theory that it's also on an institutional level, and that is normalized throughout all the structures of our society. And then the last one that made the greatest impact was multiracial identity. So just reading the readings, I've learned about just how identity is created and the different factors that play into creating an identity. But also with the discussions, it really challenged my beliefs and what I thought about mixed people or multiracial identity prior. And I had to go back home and, just sit there and rethink and be like, oh, maybe I've been doing this all wrong. Maybe I've been thinking about this all wrong. And so I really enjoyed the class. This is the conclusion of my video. Thank you for watching. Bye.